what's happened in my life and my business in the last like 2 weeks has fundamentally altered how I think about marketing.
Would you say it's because you read Nearbound and the Rise of the Who Economy?
No, like in all seriousness, it's like
this book is guaranteed to double your business.
No, it's like divine intervention that I read that book. I was sitting at the Delta Lounge and who knows what airport, I can't even remember now. And I read the book because I had like a 4-hour layover. So all these ideas, because I had recently read the book, were like fresh in my mind. So it's just like a pure coincidence that I had this like Nearbound experience that so while all these ideas were fresh in my mind. So long story short, we sponsored this like female kind of boss babe realtor conference. There's 500 fairly top producing agents, all female. Obviously, like men are not allowed in this conference. I think it was me and maybe one of the women's, like one of the leaders of it, her spouse was there. But it was like, I am the only dude I am in this entire conference, right? It's because we sponsored it, you know. So as part of the sponsorship, we got a 15-minute pitch from stage. And then also an email that goes out to all their attendees. I think an email list of like 10,000 people, something like that. As well as, you know, our banners are around, whatever. So pretty typical sponsorship package. I asked them ahead of time, like, hey, I don't really want to pitch from stage for 15 minutes because I've been an attendee at conferences where someone like the headline sponsor comes and pitches and you just kind of like go on your phone for 15 minutes. You are absolutely not paying attention. I asked, like, can I have 30 minutes? And I'm not asking 30 minutes for an extended pitch. Can I have 30 minutes and actually give a value-added presentation that doesn't even mention platform, but just shares marketing information? Like, if you don't have an hour for me, that's fine. I'm sure you already have speakers lined up, but can I have half an hour? And if you can agree to that, I'll become your headline sponsor for this event. And they were like, okay, yeah, that seems fair. Let's do it. So as part of it, they sent out an email ahead of time to their like 10,000 ladies that are part of this. And the email that we were going to come up with at first was just like really bad. It was really salesy, just typical bullet points of features and benefits of here's why you should hire platform marketing. The kind of email that even if you open it, you immediately delete because there's no value in it whatsoever. Kind of comes off as like ChatGPT wrote it. I crafted an email that made it sound like it was coming from the founder of this kind of like...
By the way, this is the number one Nearbound content marketing skill is learn to write in other people's voice. And then you can send it to them and say, hey, would you mind sharing this? I wrote it for you.
That's 100%
in
what
your
I did.
voice. Yeah.
Like, and I think they removed one sentence and otherwise it was verbatim what I wrote. And what the email said, it wasn't salesy, wasn't like a promotional pitch. It was basically, hey, you may have seen us mention platform marketing on social media because they had been mentioning us being a sponsor. What I wanted you to know is that they only work with one agent per market and they're expecting a lot of the markets at this conference will sell out. It's first come, first serve. If you want to reserve your market before someone else does, here's the link. Otherwise, if you wait to the conference, we don't want people to be upset that their market was taken. So if you want to kind of jump the line, here's a link. That's all it said. There wasn't any pitch. It was basically just letting them know they only work with one person per market. And if you want to sign up, like, here's how you can get more information. Like, that was it.
Yeah.
Within 24 hours of that email going out, I was at dinner with one of our clients actually before the event. And my phone started blowing up of our salesperson, like, what happened? We just got 100 leads in the last hour. And then she texts me back as we're like getting dessert and finishing the meal. It's now 200 leads. And then I messaged her on Slack the next morning. She's like, we now have 300 leads. So 300 people responded to that email saying like, I want to reserve my market. I want to talk to you. We only work with one agent per market.
Yep.
So we turned down like the vast majority of those leads. But then that combined with the event itself and having several speakers from stage say good things about platform because they're actually our clients.
That's what I wanted to mention because you give your workshop, which you're going to teach great things. That's awesome.
My workshop was on the very last day when 95% of the sales had already come in. So that's the point I want to mention.
Yes.
That like
it's because other people were saying things about you. Yes.
Like I actually can 100% not attribute the sales success of this because of my brilliant half an hour talk.
But if you were a good CEO, you would wait, go back to your team and be like, guys, I gave a talk, 400 leads came in, you're welcome.
Exactly. No, right. Like, but my talk was on the last day. And so why so many leads came in was because, and this is part of the reason,
it's not about you, it's about them. It's about the trust
stream of
they
consciousness.
have.
So I apologize. I'm like,
no, this is great. This is great.
This all happened in like the last week and I'm still trying to process, holy shit, what just happened is we sponsored this event because I found out that Kara, one of our top clients, getting incredible results with platform. I found out she was going to be giving a keynote on the first day.
Yep.
And she's like a huge like evangelist to platform. So I texted
So this
her.
is not like, parachuting into some community you have no connection to.
No-
Like,
no
again, that's
context.
important.
Yes,
There's trust
yes.
that already is established
Yes.
between her and the community.
So
her and you.
I called her ahead of time. I said, Kara, I know you're happy with platform. You've given us testimonials. You've left us like exceedingly positive reviews. Like not just I'm happy with platform, but like exceedingly positive. She's stoked. Would you mention platform for like 30 seconds in your talk? And I said, you don't have to. If you have something else planned, I completely respect that. Would you be willing to? She's like, yes. Oh my God, yes. Like you guys have changed my business. I will absolutely give you a shout out. And I was like, cool. If you're willing to
Use
do that,
customers in your marketing.
well, I said, I think I'm going to sponsor this event. If you weren't speaking, I don't think I would sponsor.
Yep.
Because just being another name and another trade booth among 10 others doesn't really move the needle. But if you're willing to give us a shout out from the main stage in front of 500 women where there's no bias, you have ultimate credibility because you're just a realtor, right? You're not working for us. That's awesome. Also, another one of our clients was on a panel, and I wasn't even in the room, but people told me, like, she mentioned platform 5 times on this panel. Like, she constantly was, like, finding ways
Isn't that
to...
the best, dude? When you go to events and people keep coming up to you and being like, hey, I keep hearing people mention you at these other events, at these other panels and
Yes.
stuff.
And then one of the founders...
Living in market.
One of the founders of this community of women signed up for platform the week before the event because she honestly wanted to, not because we're like, hey, here's a free membership so we can dangle your endorsement. Like, I told her, like, you're going to pay like anyone else's. Because I want to be able to look people in the eye and say, hey, the reason that Jamie is working with us is because she actually thought it was a good value. We did not give her any sort of special discount. So on stage, she then mentioned, by the way, you should sign up for platform marketing because what they do is super cool, blah, 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 blah. So by the time I spoke on the last day of the event, we had already made 40 sales. I mean, we increased the size of our company by 20% in like a week, and that's recurring revenue, right? So we've had to hire 3 full-time people, almost half a dozen part-time people, just to create the capacity to handle all this demand that's coming in. I mean, we added several $1 million to our recurring revenue in 1 week. And so I'm like analyzing, like, okay, I thought I was okay at marketing, and now I'm like, maybe I've been completely blind to this whole time, that we need to really like lean into this and like embrace what you call Nearbound, right? Of like, maybe we should stop spending money on some other stuff that was working and go all in on this, because if we can spend A and get B doing Nearbound marketing, like that all of a sudden creates a huge opportunity cost of where we were spending that money before. Like if this is possible, now that I'm like, my eyes are just, open to this, like everything I thought I knew about marketing is wrong.